me, Renee. I'm back. And yeah, I haven't been on in quite a while yet. Well, I was here 2 weeks ago and then life happened. So I had a cold and I just wasn't really in the mood to make videos. I had a bad voice and then I was just, yeah. So yeah, now I'm back. Hopefully for real, for good. But yeah. And sorry, as you can see from the title, this is a book review of a book talk of the Cassandra Complex by Holly of Smale. So yeah, I don't often do the book reviews, but sometimes I feel so strongly about a book, I kind of just feel like I have to talk about it in just one video. So that's what I'm doing here. So the Cassandra Complex by Holly Smale. It's a standalone. It's time travel, um, time travel contemporary story. Think Groundhog Day. It's kind of similar-ish in some senses because the main character, she can travel back in time and relive the same day, but it's not like she relives the same day over and over again. Well, sorry, spoiler alert, but you find that very soon. By back of this, by the summary, it kind of makes you think that she lives the same day over and over and over again. That's not what happens. She goes back in time and fixes stuff, but she can go back more than one day. But there's at least a few days that she lives over again. So I suppose in a way it's a Groundhog Day, but it's better Groundhog Day because she can choose the day she wants to live again. Which yeah, isn't kind of everyone's dream that when you all do something you think like, oh, I wish I could do that again. Oh, I wish I could undo that. Well, Cassandra can. So yeah, and yeah, it's called Cassandra in Reverse in American because for some reason sometimes you change titles in the States. I don't know why. Yeah. Um, in the UK, it became the BBC Radio Book Club pick, and in the US, it's a Reese Witherspoon's Book Club pick. And yeah, so that kind of shows you. I mean, you don't get book picked as that just randomly. This book, very very good. It's funny, but it's also, I would say, quite different from anything I've read at least. Well, I can't say it's different for everything because I haven't read every book in the world. Shocker, I know. But I read a lot of books, a lot of time travel books, and yeah, I haven't really read anything in this style, in this, yeah, type, and I very much enjoy it. And also, I suppose, in a way, you might think um, it's about her getting her boyfriend back because okay, so it all starts with her like having the worst day. She gets fired and her boyfriend breaks up with her, and also her roommate says like, "Can't you find another place?" So yeah, and then that's kind of how her day starts, and then she goes to bed, she wakes up, and then it's the day before, and then she kind of has to relive, like because first she's just thinking like, I'm just tired. I mean, it's just being me. I'm not living the same day because, of course, you don't think that automatically. And yeah, and then after a while, she discovers like, okay, I'm time traveling. And yeah, I suppose in the beginning, it's kind of about getting back to her boyfriend, but it's also getting a better life in a way, like making better choices. And I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, it's kind of what we all would do if we had um, Cassandra's Cassandra's ability. Also, I suppose, be warned. This is one of those stories where the main character gets ability with no explanation. We don't really know what happens, how it happens at all. Like it's not like she's been able to do it all her life. She like in this book you realize when she first time travels, but it's never explained. Which I suppose it's not really a book where you need to explain it because it's not like it's a book with lots of magic ability thingies. But yeah, if you like books where things are explained, don't pick this book because it's not explained. Though I mean, it's still a great book. And yeah, and I would say all in all, it's kind of like the message. I would say it's all in all kind of about how life is messy. Like you can't have a perfect life, and how the mistakes you make make you the person you are, and yeah, and it's a great message, and also like how everyone's good and perfect as they are. Um, Also, Cassandra is autistic. You kind of can see it from the very beginning, but she doesn't really understand it herself before the end, where she gets tested and realizes, oh, maybe I'm autistic. She just, for a long time, she just thinks like, I'm just weird, and at the end, she gets a name for it. So yeah, this is also the first book that Holly Smale wrote after she was diagnosed with autism. So yeah, it's own voices rep or offers. It is the same as the main character. Um, I would say, at least for me, I would say like a few. I think some minuses I have with this book, because it's not a lot, but I have a few minuses. For example, there's a lot of references to Greek mythology, and I like it now and then, but I don't know. I felt like it kind of became a bit too much, and it's not like the main character. She doesn't work as a teacher who teaches Greek mythology. It's not like it's a direct retelling of any Greek mythology. I mean, I suppose you could say it's retelling-ish, because I mean the main characters are kind of similar to some things in Greek mythology, but it's not like you have to know Greek mythology to understand this book. And yeah, I suppose it kind of felt a bit like out of nowhere that it came in there, so I didn't love that aspect of it. Other than that, a great book, full of heart, full of humor, full of relatability, and yeah, just amazing, amazing book. Must read. Also, I suppose also was one of those books where it's kind of like, I would say it's more contemporary leaning than fantasy leaning. So like if you're a person who doesn't really like fantasy normally, you can still pick this up, because it's not a lot of fantasy in it. It just has this one fantasy element with time traveling, but there's not like weird rules to it or anything. Like it's just a thing that happens, and that's kind of how the book revolves around it. And yeah, absolutely love this book. Also, fun fact. So yeah, I work in a bookstore, and of course I had to like order this as soon as it came out. I ordered it, and then one day, like when I ordered, I kind of clicked order, and then I wasn't really thinking, and I clicked order again. So I ended up ordering both the hardcover, this one, but also, you want it? The paperback. So yeah, I have both copies. And it's not like any of them are kind of that different, because I mean they both came out this year, so like the context of them are the same. It's not like the hardcover has like more context. It doesn't. Uh, but I suppose I love this book so much that I kind of thought, you know what, I'm gonna buy them both. Well, I suppose I bought them both before I read them, before I read the book. But still, sometimes you want to be quirky and own two copies of a book. At least I do. I know a lot of people on booktube do that, but I don't really often own two book copies of a book. If I do, it's kind of like two different covers. As I said, this is the same cover, same edition. The only difference is that this one is hardcover, and that means it also is beautiful in this way here, which I quite enjoy. I kind of suppose, yeah, mainly on a paperback book, but sometimes like when the hardcover has like nice extra stuff in it, that is just a cool extra tidbit that I, yeah, quite love. And yeah, I suppose that's kind of it. Just me, yeah, highly recommending Cassandra, the Cassandra Complex by Holly Smale. Very much recommend to check it out. I don't think so far been translated to any languages, though I suppose it just came out. Often it takes some while before it's translated to other languages. Maybe in a while. But yeah, anyway, it's out in English. And yeah, if you're into any of those things, women working in London and not liking their job and life and figuring out life and Groundhog Day ish story, but with more like not quite. Check this book out. Highly recommend it.